Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, newspapers like the Enquirer and New York Times are lucky that there's people like me who get them not because we like them or support them, but simply because it's like, well, it's the only daily newspaper in Cincinnati. I need to see what they're saying. Or the New York Times is the New York Times. I'll see what they're saying. I wonder how many people get the Enquirer and New York Times who actually think the papers are rags like I do. Let's cover some things. First, the Enquirer this morning and Monday. Unbelievable. Race, race, race. Headline, front page. Barely 5% of Ohioans vaccinated are black. Folks, how many whites have been vaccinated? Then they use this criteria about 20% of the state's pandemic and 12% of the deaths. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, I thought that blacks made up 13% of the American population. I'm assuming that's what they make up of Ohio's population. 13%. But they're trying to make a big deal about barely 5% of Ohioans vaccinated are black. What's the percentage of whites getting vaccinated? They try to make it a race issue. Can't make it up. Also, opinion in the Enquirer Saturday. Your turn by Michael Mannheimer, professor at law at Chase. An attack by the executive branch on the legislative. Talking about the riots. Hey, Michael, from 2016 through 2020, what about the attack on the executive branch that the legislative branch did? Or the executive branch through the FBI did on itself? Why don't you write a column about that? Hey, forget about that. New York Times yesterday. You can't make this up. Look at this. Look at this. New York Times. President Joe Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris. The history they've made, the future they inherit. An historic election, historical time. The United States 46th President Joe Biden are groundbreaking figures at an unprecedented time, blah, blah, blah. Did Trump and Pence get this? New York Times, exclusive. This is on their Facebook page. For 77 days between the election and the inauguration, Donald Trump tried to subvert American democracy with a lie about a fraud that he had been grooming for years. Folks, the attack on democracy is from the American Democratic Communists. The media, Hollywood, the swamp, the American Democratic Communists, social media, corporate America, Hollywood. That's who's attacking democracy. Here's a story in the Wall Street Journal Friday. American smokers quit trying to quit. You know why? Because of the lockdowns and stress and everything. So isn't that great, America? Let's think about that. Thanks to the way our governments handled the pandemic, people aren't quitting smoking. They're smoking more. Bring on all the health of the worst thing you can do for your health is smoke. The worst thing. Here's something else I want to comment on. The Enquirer has been reporting that at NKU and Xavier, Black Lives Matter flag vandalized, white supremacist signs placed. Folks, I've seen enough movies, handled enough cases to know that if I'm Black Lives Matter and I'm the left, how easy is it for them to do a white supremacy leave behind? Who gives a damn if there's a white supremacy sign left at a college? The question is, who left it and why? And where's the evidence of who left it? Really? Do you think? I got to read this from a Facebook friend. I am a nurse that currently has COVID-19. I contracted COVID-19 while working with positive patients. My employer has provided no compensation for COVID relief. See what I'm talking about, these hospitals? We receive no bonus, no hourly pay increase, no bonuses for picking up, no pay while we were off quarantine, and no reimbursement for us positive employees working while very sick due to staffing shortages. They are, however, providing us with bonuses to be vaccinated. If a certain percentage of our facility receives a series of vaccinations, then we receive the bonus. The series has to be completed in order to count. There are 3 tiers, 50, 75, and 125, based upon the percentage of compliance. So we have not been compensated for being frontline workers, but they will compensate us for being vaccinated and punish our co-workers for noncompliance. I do not intend to receive the vaccine, and their minimal compensation makes it no more appealing. It was too rushed, and the virus is survivable for me. That's from a nurse. Finally, I just love this. Just throwing this out there, no politician you've seen on the news has died from the virus, lost their job, had their pay cut, had their business closed, had their business looted, wears a mask, unless on camera, restricted their travel. But look what they do to you and me. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Stay safe.